Welcome back to the Campbell Woods on this fine Saturday evening. We've got some rabbit hare on the menu. And you got a rabbit a week ago, Hamish. You didn't kill it, but you brought it back to me. There's our roast rabbit. Some nice veg with that.
Braised red cabbage.
Looks fantastic. Now this is not hare from the farm property like our ancestors would have had when they came over from Scotland 200 years ago. This is store-bought hare, which is almost as good as the real thing. But we'll still enjoy it on this nice Saturday evening.
Sláinte.
Sláinte mhath. To your good health. It looks wet. It is. It has been pouring rain here all day. We are definitely making up for the lost rain we didn't have last summer. In the last 3 weeks we've had a lot of rain and the ground isn't frozen. So it'll still recharge into the system. That's what it needs. Good stove going all day. I haven't been out much today. I had my flu shot and COVID shot yesterday. Wow, it's totally knocked the starch out of me. 2 days I've been down. Starting to feel a little better. Have to get Hamish some exercise. There's this old beautiful apple tree, yellow transparent. Didn't produce fruit this last spring. Hopefully that changes this year. Ooh, I want to get dry, I think. That's the mission here. In the orchard on this late afternoon November day. Fruit trees are doing pretty good, but I didn't do it last year, but I'm going to get some plastic wrap for the base. Keep the mice off it. And to keep the voles. Make a nice juicy tree to chew on. Full of vitamins. The grass came in a little bit here. A little disappointed on it from the septic system. I think it was a grass that you did not have to rake in. It spread so beautifully. Very fine grass with fertilizer. I think I just put it on, it would have been done fine. Anyway, we'll correct that in the spring and level this all out. Whether I put a potato field in here next year, I don't know. Next year, well, we've got the winter wheat. We're not sure what's going to be in this field. It's possible this could be potatoes. It's never been in potatoes. A little close to the water, the river system here, so a little nervous about that. So that's probably why they don't plant potatoes there. Ooh, that's a lot of rain. Tell you one thing, it sure sorts this gravel driveway out. Really compacts it in and settles it. All the horrible grasses growing on it. The weeds. And Hamish back here on the scent of something there. In the first field. down towards the dam. You can see him there. There he is. He's going to be a wet lad. Today, I'll get in front of that fire. He loves to sit in front of the fire. Well, I guess it could be snow. That's the way to look at it. And we are under contract for removal of the snow. We're getting too old to do it ourselves, my brother and I. So we just hire a local contractor, does a good job, but only issue we had with him last year was he had a shovel and he was ripping our driveway up. He never used it before. He used a blower. I don't know, it could be several reasons for that. But anyway, we told him we don't want that this year. Well, that was last year. We'll just gently remind him we don't want that. No, I lifted this tarp on the wood pile up yesterday. I noticed when I did that, the top part of the wood was wet because the air wasn't blowing through there. I look at it now, it's not so bad. You've got to have air blowing through there. Otherwise you're going to pick up moisture from above and below. And it's not as bad as I thought it looked. And I think the plan will be to get another tarp and put it across the top here. I think we calculated that's 3 cords of wood here. Maybe more. And we still have some wood here to hopefully get to tomorrow or Thursday, Friday. Keep track of the days here when you're retired. There's still wood in here. That's 2-year-old wood. That should be used first. I'll take some of that over to the porch. And of course we have the shed, which is full of wood. There's 3 rows in there. So I would think at least 1.5 cords in there. And then we've got a couple of cords here on the porch. Out towards the fire pit. Which is on something. Couldn't give him a full walk today, and I'm still a little bit under the weather. These horrible flu shots. There's our dry wood. We saved that for the... Well, I used some today. I wasn't able to get out. It's nice just to walk out and take what you need. So look in. A nice cozy fire going there. Okay, you want to even get in, don't you, Hamish? Okay, we'll let you in, boy. In we go. No locks today. In we go. Back on the first trail system on this mild day, the end of November. It's 11 degrees, I think, for a high today. Even higher than that. It's got to be in the low 50s Fahrenheit. And we can see our tamarack tree has lost all its needles. You'd think that tree was dead. There she is right there. And I never realized how many are on this property. They kind of like swampy conditions. This is kind of dry here. Well, that was an interesting call there. And that's a raven, or lots of Christmas trees here. I've come to swap out the batteries in this trail cam. They've been on very low for a while. And turn it off. Okay. I think there's a spring and then you pull it. I'll have to set this down. In the second trail system here, I've just cleared away a bunch of spruce trees that were down. I didn't realize it since the last time I was here. Blocking the laneway. It's one that's been there now for a while. I've been kind of lifting it out of the way, but today we had to get the bus on it. I'll see what else is waiting for us down the trail here. Just do a quick look. I didn't intend on doing this, but I guess it's right here. We will take it out, and we did. Wasn't too much effort. Ooh. I got some widowmakers there. Be careful, I don't like walking in the woods in the wind. For obvious reasons, it's very dangerous. There's some rounds our neighbor Colin took out. So we can get his skidoos in here in the wintertime, which could be any day now. And that's what we came to do, straight ahead there. Straight ahead is our mission. These ferns really looks like they got gassed by very cold weather. It's funny how the first trail system there were still some ferns living underneath the spruce trees. We'll get these logs out of here and open up the trail. It's just annoying to have to walk under or walk around. I'm sure there'll be more down before the last snowflake falls this year, this winter season. There's an elm tree hidden in there. You see the leaves, big leaves. Okay, we are going to get to work taking this spruce tree out of here. We'll get to it and get at it. Well, that didn't take very long. With a good chainsaw, you can do just about anything in the woods. It's down. Sorry I didn't film it, but I don't have my gimbal. And I'm doing this on my S24. I should be using my GoPro. I'll have to go through it and update all the files on it. And I got a lot of video on there to take. So, that was a very quick order, the way that got done. And I want to get out of these woods, because you can see it in behind here. It's looking kind of like a big storm is coming through here. And it is getting up to like 15, 16 degrees today. Definitely a change of systems coming through here. So I think the best course of business is get the heck out of the woods here. Get back to ground zero. Square one. And be safe. Got some good smells there, Hamish. Oh yeah, this storm is, it's going to blow up a hoolie probably tonight. Well, that winter wheat is coming in nice. Although, well, I'm not sure. We had some frost. It looks like I nipped a bit of it, but it's supposed to be resistant to it. Well, we're actually seeing some sun. I don't believe it. Got a couple of rounds cut up here. Interesting piece of wood. I was cutting this section right here and it just stopped. I just stopped 2 or 3 times. I don't want to mess with it. I did find a little bit of metal inside my housing of the buzzsaw. So it's definitely metal that's been put on the trees here. It could have been my uncle used to use electric fences here to keep the cattle in. Who knows how long this is, and it's just growing right into the tree, so I'm not going to touch the rest of that. But these 4 rounds. We'll make it back. I'm not going to do it today. It's actually in surprisingly good shape. So there's more here, but there's a lot of rocks and stuff here. I don't know what the heck, why there would be rocks right here, unless there was some kind of fence here at one time, or maybe a well. But I'm not going to mess, I don't think, with the rest of the tree. There's no need to. This was just kind of a curious little project to see what kind of shape this wood is. And it's actually in pretty good shape. Paper birch tends to deteriorate pretty quickly, but there's some more rocks there beside the trees. Anyway, I guess when they cleared the fields, they put the rocks on the border of the property, the border line between the fields. You can see them buried right into that tree there, right at the base and all around. That's why I'm a little nervous cutting any more here. I think the good idea is to head back and get what I have to do for the rest of the day done. Get this buzz saw on the back of my bed. Come back tomorrow and pick up these 4 rounds. Maybe I can cut up the rest of the wood we have, and then it's done. I just don't want it hanging over me any longer with weather and all the rain we've had in the last 3 weeks. But it is surprisingly turned out to be a nice afternoon, and I won't be able to get back here once they turn this field over for winter. That'll be it. The ruts will be so deep, even on this 4x4 off-road with high clearance. It will be difficult to get my rig back here. So that was good. To get the saw chain sharpened up. I normally do it every use, but I didn't plan on doing this much work. It was just going to be a couple of trees, and anyway, it turned into several cloud movements here from the west to the east as they move in over Campbell Woods. We'll sign off here for today, but we still have a bit more things to do before I post a video. Stay tuned. And so 4 rounds out of there, there's probably a dozen. But like I said in the previous video, they're just too much work. There's too many years of barbed wire fencing and too many rocks. I don't want to break a chain on that. I've done that before. It's not much fun. These are half decent. A couple pieces there were down. A little bit soft, but well, that's worth it. We'll get them processed up into the wood pile just as an extra. It's too easy not to get. So with that, we'll sign off for another week from the Campbell Woods on this cold November day. Wind chills are, I think, -5 or 6. It is cold here in the backfield at the Campbell Woods. We'll talk to you next week. Over and out.